Hello again, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Because these get put up as VODs, I never know how to start them because they could be watching them at any time. Welcome back to the Trotec Laser Design Challenge, the 1 hour Rayjet Challenge, the best stream on the Trotec YouTube channel. Don't tell Lev. My name is Don. I'm the consumables manager here at Trotec Canada. I'm here to answer any consumables questions you might have in French and English. Sitting over to this side of me, always inverted because of the camera, is our very talented designer, Miguel Machado. What's up, Miguel? How are you feeling? You seem like you're
What's up
this week, man. You're ready.
It's my Brazilian coffee.
I didn't realize. Are we sure that a Brazilian or entrepreneur? Okay, I'm just checking because that's classic Canadiana. Hey, that's like the holy grail of Canada.
João Paulo, what? I forgot. The dude that owns the holding company that owns Tim Hortons, so it is Brazilian now. But I mean, for the past 15 years, I think.
In that case, I'm very disappointed in their food then.
Me too.
We are so welcome and so happy to have you guys back again this week for the Rayjet Design Challenge. If this is your first week tuning in, we'll cover a quick sort of summary of how things work here. But as you're dropping in, whether it's on Twitch or Facebook or YouTube, we're so happy that you're here. Drop us a quick hello in the chat. We'd love to meet you. If you're a returning viewer, obviously drop us a hello in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know, if you tried out one of the challenges from the previous weeks. If this is your first time watching, don't worry. It's a pretty simple concept. Realistically, you can always rewatch it on our YouTube channel. Basically, we go over sort of a fundamental product or a fundamental sort of design idea each week. We have Miguel do sort of a basic tutorial for how you might run through it. And then in the course of an hour, we try and throw him something a little bit more challenging. So either it's a trickier version of the initial product that he did, or something that's themed based on a suggestion from you guys, whatever it is that we can kind of get him to do and really challenge him and all of his design prowess. Miguel is very, very good, though. Our past weeks have proven that, so I wouldn't be too worried. This week is a really kind of tricky one, though. This week is a tough one, sort of, that sounds like an easy one. This week we're doing custom boxes, and it's something that seems really simple, but you would be surprised. I mean, what did you think this week, Miguel? Because I'll be honest with you, when I heard that it was going to be custom boxes this week, I sort of thought, I don't know, like, how do we make that exciting? But I think you've got something really cool in store. I think you've got kind of like a special treat for everyone. I want to amp it up just to make it a little tougher.
Well, to make it exciting, you have to have a huge chance of failure, like today. I didn't test a lot, so there's a good chance that we might mess up. But let's hope that everything goes smooth and you guys actually learn something with this.
100%. And I mean, like, it's just that much more chance. Hi, Amy, welcome back. It's that much more chance for you guys to follow the tutorial, to try out the stuff that Miguel does. And when you try it yourself at home, definitely post it on your Instagram, post it on Twitter, tag us. We'll not only be happy to repost it, but we're always so inspired by the stuff that you guys do and the versions that you guys do of the challenges that we throw Miguel here. I mean, never underestimate how hard it is to do something even very simple in under an hour. It's really, really tricky.
Especially if you didn't test it.
Yeah, exactly. I try to cook most of my dinners in under an hour, and it hardly ever works. I think we're just about ready to probably get started. Again, a huge hello and a thank you so much for watching to everybody who's out there, no matter where you're watching us from. Make sure to drop us a hi in the chat. Let us know what you think. Ask us any questions. We speak Portuguese and we speak English and French between the two of us, so we will do our best to answer whatever we can, especially if it is design or consumables related. So today, I mean, is it fair to say we're going to be doing kind of like a whiskey wine box style challenge today, Miguel? Is that kind of where we're taking the...
It was supposed to be a wine box. It became a whiskey box because, well, it's smaller, and easier for me to get the materials that we have here. But you can do like any kind of cylindrical thing with a box. Oh, also, I'm going to engrave on the bottle. So the fact that it's a whiskey bottle, let me show you guys. And it has flat surfaces. It makes it faster for me to do, right? Like I can just plug it in here and I don't have to put the rotary, which would take like 10 minutes or so.
And we did cover in a previous video. So if you're curious about using a rotary with a Trotec laser, definitely check out the VOD on YouTube. Gustavo, very happy to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. I think the cool thing about this and something I'm sure I'm going to be referencing back a whole bunch during the stream today is that, creating a custom box of any size is sort of a very basic problem for a designer to solve, kind of taking what would typically be sort of a two-dimensional thing like a laser engraving and turning it into a three-dimensional object. But the principles that we go over today not only can apply to more complex things, but I think it's fair to say also there are a lot of different kinds of custom boxes out there and things that are offered on Etsy that I think you guys will be able to come up with something really, really interesting. Amy says she has her British cup of tea ready. I'm excited. I have my Canadian cup of this.
It's not Canadian.
It's
plastic. I mean, I don't even know if the plastic is Canadian, but that's okay.
Zaid, welcome back again. Thank you so much for watching. All right, shall we get started? Shall we do just like a basic box? Let's talk about making a three-dimensional object on a two-dimensional plane. Let's get going. Where are we starting today, dude?
All right, so there's a website called Make a Box, right? .io, is that it? I mean,
yeah,
yes, makeabox.io.
IO, I think.
IO, yeah. So in this website, it will give you a box that can be laser cut and put together inlaid, right? You can, like last week, I showed you guys about the curve and all the stuff. You can put them together and it will be really sturdy, right? So actually, I have one. I should have that in my hand. I have one little box here, so I can show you kind of how it will end up, And I will do one now to show you guys how to make it. But
you can. You'll show us the. Do you want to share the website so we can see it?
Yeah, I will. Yeah. So
sweet.
This is the website, makeabox.io, right? Let me go back here to my camera. So I'm gonna show more about the website when I start making it, but this is the cube that you can make it, right? And so, I mean, I put the dimensions. So in this case, it's really small. As you can see, there's no glue, there's nothing here. It's just inlay, and it doesn't
come apart.
Yeah, it doesn't come apart. It doesn't attach or anything like that. If you put the correct curve, right? Now, I'm gonna try to make something that actually opens, and at the same time has a cut in the front that will show an engraving on the bottom.
Cool.
So that might be a little bit tough to make, but anyway. So I'm gonna show you how to make a basic cube, and remember something. If you're doing a box in this way, the top part or whatever part you want to put the lid has to be different from the design that they actually give you, because when they give you the design, it will always be with those dents, to inlay, and you have to either cut it completely or do, I don't know, be creative on how you make the lid for yourself, to open and close it as many times as you want. And yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do here. Like I said, today is actually a hard challenge, a really, really hard challenge, because I didn't prepare a lot for this. So back to the website.
I feel like you got this, man. I feel like you got this. I believe in you. I was so glad too that if you guys are curious about wood inlay or curve cutting, that sort of thing, definitely check out our video from last week, because we did an inlaid wood project, and some of those same concepts will, I think, come up again today. But okay, man, I'm starting the timer. Let's go.
All right. So here in the website, you can choose the units, right? If it's going to be inches or millimeters, if it's the PDF is going to come in landscape or portrait. And if you want to print something on the box, right, they'll put the information in the left corner of the PDF, right? And then you have the internal box dimensions. So far, it's easy, right? You put the width of the box, the height of the box, the depth of the box. But here's where it gets tricky.
Thickness of your material, is that?
Yes, this is the thickness of your material. Now, I'm using 3 mil wood, right?
Right.
However, 3 millimeters to inches is 1.11, 117, something like that.
Oh man.
When I tried that number, it didn't work. It was kind of loose, right? So I put 0.2. So you might have to tweak a little bit to get the perfect fit, let's say, in between edges. But that's the number that I'm using for 3 millimeter. It's 0.2 inches in thickness, right? Tab width, I don't use this because, well, because I didn't do a lot of tests, right? But yeah, but the tab width is the letter indentations, and they become thicker, right?
Okay.
If you're doing like a bigger box or something like that, I think this is going to be useful. And then you get to the optional settings. Now, you can put the curve here, and it will calculate for you like automatically. I know that last time I put 0.007 as the curve for when I was doing Illustrator, right, for the offset path. But here, for some reason, they are using 0.09 or 0.01. I believe it's because this is in inches, and in Illustrator I was doing in points, right? So there's a good chance that that is the reason why. The margins, the paddings, and the stroke. So these are, I'm not really so sure about this, but you can go here in the options and it will tell you, like, is the spacing around the entire box layout, and is the spacing between sides of the box as they are laid out, right? And I left as default. I didn't change anything because I probably didn't have enough time here on the stream to mess around with the different bugs.
I mean, the thing is too, like when we were doing some of the testing for this project, we started with a lot of the default settings as well, just as a means of sort of seeing where we thought we could improve it, right? I mean, when we got it out and it was a little bit loose, then we wanted to modify as little as possible from the default settings, because then that way I feel like it's the easiest to sort of put it across to you guys. There's very little you actually really need to modify to get a perfect box.
Exactly. So after you put everything here, you can put a different size of paper when you download the PDF, right? But I'm just gonna put out of it the box, and this is quite big in my opinion. 3 inches depth.
So these are all in inches, you said, like 5 by 8 inches?
4 by 6. Sorry?
So these are all in inches, you said, right?
Yes, I put it here like units. Everything is inches.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
4 by 6 with a 2-inch depth. Actually, 3 inches depth. Okay. So now I'm gonna download the PDF, right? And generate a PDF, and when you open it, it'll be like this.
Perfect.
Right?
Wow, that's so cool.
And you open the PDF in whatever graphic design software you're using. So I'm gonna use an Illustrator, right? Thing here is that the actual file, it's kind of like all broke, right? Let's see. I can take out the vectors. So I'm gonna use a Trotec TM thing that we have it, and it's amazing, which is vector ordering when we go to the Rayjet manager and fix this. Yeah, because if you leave it like this and you send to cut, it will stop in every corner, right? So I'm gonna select everything.
Yep.
I'm gonna group it. I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna drop here on my my stuff. Now
your new artboard,
my new artboard,
your version artboard. I gotcha.
Yeah. So I still kind of have to understand something about this, and you guys will have to forgive me with this, because as you can see here on the website, right, it shows that I put 4 inches wide, 6 inches high, and 3 inches depth, right? So you have to make sure that each one of these is the correct thing. So say 6.5 inches wide, and 4.4 inches high. So it's a little bit bigger than what I put it, and I don't understand why it changes.
Is that the size of the box plus the size of the tabs?
What? Sorry?
Could it be the size of the box plus the added height of the tabs, that it doesn't count the little dents as part of the height?
I didn't even think about that, but let me see here.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, you're right. Look, 6 inches.
Yes.
So yeah, it doesn't account for the size of the tab. So be careful about that, because if you have a limited material and you actually only have 6 inches and don't have enough space for the tabs, well, you won't be able to make it.
Maybe that's why they offer the tab height. See, man, we got this. No problem. Just a quick refresher too. As long as we're looking at this, I want to ask you. So when you're calculating the kerf, that represents essentially the width of the laser beam, right? The thickness of the laser beam as it's going through the material. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, it's the difference after you use them, like you cut the material, right? What
Right.
the laser beam took out of the material, and like it make the difference. So we put together.
Gotcha.
So now we're gonna make this as a cut line, right? It's quite big actually. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, just to do faster, right?
Okay.
So 11 inches, 12 inches is good enough. I'm gonna put like a red 0.01 and what?
Just a reminder to everybody too that, I mean, Miguel does typically use Illustrator in these tutorials, but I mean, you could use any design software that you prefer. This would work just as easily in Corel, just as easily in Inkscape. That's the great thing about tools like VactEasy, which we've showed you before, or MakeAbox.io. In this case, it's something that is sort of platform neutral. You can use it, you know, across all the different softwares, and it'll work exactly the same.
Yep. In Corel, in this case, would be hairline. So okay, let me print this. Now, going back to Rayjet Manager.
So if you, so you shrunk the design there really quickly, I think, right? You sort of shrunk the overall size of the design. Will that mess with the kerf or any of the inlay sizes or any of that stuff?
It will a little bit. Yeah. So since I'm doing this only for demonstration, I'm not really caring about that. But when I do the actual box,
The finished box, yeah.
yeah, I will have to be careful about that.
Right. So it's like you were saying, wanting to be careful about when you put in the initial thing, like, especially if you're working with a limited size of material, like doing the calculations, you're like, I gotcha.
Okay, so if I hit go now, this thing would take like 5 minutes and 50 seconds.
Okay.
But the way you will cut, it will not have like good quality, let's say, right? At least in my opinion. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna click with the right button of the mouse and click in vector ordering.
Okay.
Hence ordering, all right, and start. So it will start making the vectors, like kind of attaching them, and the laser will not stop in each corner when it's cutting. So close. There we go.
So it's like making them close like one line paths essentially in a design software, as opposed to each individual like line and point kind of thing.
Oh damn, I put the wrong. Yes. So this actually makes the job look like smoother and sometimes a little bit faster. Right?
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's great.
Oh, see, if you guys, yeah, I messed up last time. I deleted the wrong one. But if you guys see this, it's 4 minutes and 20 seconds now. You know?
That cut almost like a full minute out of your process time.
Yeah, 1.5 minutes. So there you go. Just a simple like vector ordering, only with Trotec.
This is the new Rayjet Manager software, you guys, too. If you're curious what the new Rayjet Manager software, we had a launch video about 2-3 weeks ago on our YouTube channel. You should definitely check it out. It's made working with the Rayjet that much easier and that much more powerful.
Okay, time to send
it. There she is. Our favorite material, or our favorite laser. Pardon me. Sorry, I'm always thinking about materials. All right. You get some nice messages of support coming in through the chat, man.
Sorry?
You get some nice messages of support coming in through the chat. People are excited to watch the stream. People are saying that you got this. You do got this.
It's actually that we got this. It is a complicated one, guys. Like,
I mean, for sure.
This is really crafty, you know? It's not only about the laser, it's not only about graphic design, but also you have to measure correctly. Like, I'll have to align the engraving that I'm going to do on the bottle and the cut that I'm going to do on the box, you know? Absolutely. So it's way more complicated than like we usually do stuff. I'm going to put together a lot of things that we already did now. I actually wanted to inlay the front of the box, but like there's no time for that.
That's exactly what I was about to say, though. If you guys look back at some of our older videos, I feel like you could add some of those techniques to this particular project and make something that much more sort of intricate and that much more kind of special. I mean, you can use the rotary video to do a rounded bottle or a rounded object. You can do the wood inlay on the surface of the bottle. You can use the pattern video to do a cool custom pattern on the surface. I mean, I'm curious to see, obviously, like a whiskey or wine bottle is something that a lot of customers come to us for. It's a great product, and there's a good market for particularly personalized ones for, weddings, special events, that kind of thing. But I think with custom boxes, there's a lot of different things that you can do, and I'm really excited to see if you guys come up with some really cool stuff that you can show us. Again, watching from Denmark, so exciting, awesome. We are always really excited to see what you guys do. I know I repeat this every time, but it's true. I mean, a lot of the inspiration that we pull for doing these challenges is from either the design requests that you guys send us at the link there at the bottom of the screen, or through the stuff that we see you do on Instagram. We have some incredibly talented people who post their stuff on Instagram. So definitely check out our Instagram feed, check out our Twitter feeds, and repost the stuff that you do at home. Yeah. If you have any suggestions for the challenge, that sort of thing, we're always excited to hear them.
Yeah, by the way, like, shout out to Amy. That last inlay job that she made was amazing.
Oh my gosh. It was bonkers. Amy's done some great stuff. You guys definitely, I mean, for Amy and, of course, all the other incredibly talented people who follow us on Instagram, you absolutely have to check out our, let's see if we can pull this up here. We have such a good team on the back end, you guys. We're so spoiled. I'm so spoiled.
There you go. Inlaid everything.
Beautiful. Really, really beautiful.
Way better than mine.
If you guys aren't familiar with Amy's work, you definitely have to check her out on Instagram. Check out her website. And to be honest with you, I still think yours turned out nice, man. I still really like this compass. This is still a compass, technically, if it's like, what is that? I don't even know what that's called, technically.
It is a compass. A nautical compass or something?
Nautical compass. Okay, I gotcha. I feel like, I don't know. I really like it either way.
So you're having some technical difficulties here.
Don't you worry, brother. This is how you guys know the show is live. This is how you know. Is the laser still cutting? It looks like it is.
It is. It's 4 minutes. So, like,
no, that's all right. Well, listen, do you guys have any questions for us? Anything you can throw at us right now that we can answer for you?
Yep. Like I said, this time it's not gonna be that much complicated for me to do, as much as it's gonna be like a lot of work, to make sure that everything goes smooth.
This week we really wanted to teach you guys some of the shortcuts and things too, right? I mean, again, I know I say this every week, but we do so many projects here that we very often use royalty-free vectors, or we'll take inspirations from something on Instructables, or something like makeabox.io. There's absolutely no reason not to use tools like these. It's exactly what they're out there for. The creativity comes in how you want to take a basic idea like our nautical compass and turn it into something amazing like Amy did on Instagram last week. And I know you guys are watching at home, and I know you're doing really cool stuff yourselves. So definitely don't hesitate to post that stuff up there. Show us that we could be doing better.
So the whole thing, we'll cut in like this is well, it's not a normal sheet. It's an like 18 by 12. So these are the pieces, right?
Okay. What material did you use there, brother?
How much?
What material did you use there? Is that a wood? I can't really see.
No, this is acrylic. Really? Is it pastel?
Ah, very cool. Okay. Troglass pastel, newly launched recently.
So let me make sure that the curve is correct. Because this is really important. It's still a little bit loose, but it works. So, okay. This one is loose enough.
Hammer, you guys, you know what? You know to be afraid.
Yeah, this one is loose enough that I don't need to use the hammer, and it will hold. But for the wine box, I think I'm gonna do a little bit like tighter.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Very good.
Okay.
I love that sound. That squeaky sound. I like the consumables too much, you guys. I'm beginning to worry. This is some ASMR. Watch a man do a puzzle under a time crunch.
So I'm basically, it's basically a puzzle. Like, I'm just attaching stuff, right? So, good part of it is already done, right?
That's great.
The stop part, though, like, if you want to make a lid that can open and close, then you got to do it by yourself,
That's very cool.
Yeah, I don't have 3 hands. This is Lev, or assistant.
Yeah. There he is. Thank you, Lev.
And yeah,
our assistant.
Just the whole box. So you can see it's fairly easy. There's not a lot of mystery when it comes to make the actual cube box or whatever. Now, if you want to do something more creative, though, like you have to have some headaches, right? Now we're gonna go back to the website.
Okay.
And let's hope that everything goes fine.
It wouldn't be exciting if everything just went without any questions.
Right. So, sharing my screen again. Okay. Actually, I have to measure stuff, and I'm gonna share my screen. Whatever. So, all right, I'm gonna measure the box. Right? And on the box, the bottom. Now, I thought about covering the whole bottom.
Okay.
But I think I want to leave a little bit of the top part of the bottle out, just for the fun of it, you know. So I'm gonna use a grand total of 9.5 to 10.
Is that the height of the bottle?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
10 inches. Yeah, 10 inches is good. So I'm gonna have a 10 inches high. Right.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna have to give a little room, right?
Yes.
The width of the. So it's like 2.75, but I'm gonna use like 3. Yeah, 3. Yeah, 3 inches is good enough, right?
Okay.
So width 3 inches. Wait. Let me check here.
Measure twice, laser once.
Exactly. So 3 is enough. Oh, damn. Okay. So now the depth. I don't even know what the depth is for, because if you have the width and the height, you kind of have the depth, right? Like,
well, so.
Or am I wrong?
Depends how it's calculating that. Depends on how the bottle is sitting. I mean, the depth is going to be like the distance away from you that it goes, right? So it is like the height of the bottle turned down. Well, look at your previous box. Look at your previous box, the mint box, and see, because you put in a depth of 3, right?
Yeah.
So which vector is 3 inches?
True. See, you're a genius, man. Like
that's what I keep telling them, but they don't listen. AC is watching from the USA and mentions that they'd love to enter the design challenge. There's no rules at all. We do the sort of weekly sort of inspirational project, whether it's a box this week, patterns, we've done inlays, we've done rotary engraving, we've done all sorts of things. We just hope that it inspires you, maybe teaches you a few things about design, using the laser, ROI, that kind of thing. And then, we would just encourage you to make a project yourself and post it on your Instagram, post it on your Twitter, whatever it is, whatever's easiest for you, Facebook, tag us in it, and we'll repost it. There's no sort of official challenge outside of, making Miguel do it within an hour, but don't feel restricted by our rules unless you want to be. The biggest thing is just, we're looking to inspire you guys and get you thinking about, what you might do with your tabletop laser or your even bigger laser.
Okay, look, I'm looking at this and I think it's kind of too slim. I might be wrong.
I mean, it's not a huge bottle, but it never hurts to have slightly more space, right?
Let me double check on Illustrator.
Okay.
The width. So it's 3 inches. So it's supposedly more than enough, right? Okay. So this time we cannot rescale, but it has to be this thing, right?
Yep.
So let me group it, copy, and I'm going to delete this one.
So why put it in this new artboard? Is because you're pulling it out of a PDF and onto an Illustrator board? Is that why?
I have a preset. If I go to File, New, I have a preset for Rayjet. Like 18 by 12, and it has like the color mode RGB.
Perfect.
And it will give me all the RGB colors already. So normally I do this. It's faster for me. It's just a workflow kind of thing.
Makes sense.
For this one, I cannot cut everything in one go, right? because it's too big. So
You're gonna split the pieces apart.
Yes.
Oh, cool. That's a great idea. There's great questions in the chat too about using this method to build a trophy stand. I know that is definitely something I think we'll probably look at in a later week for sure. Trophies are such a big part of sort of traditional use of a laser and engraving machines and stuff. I think use of a laser for trophies in some way or another is something we're definitely going to want to look at sort of down the line.
Okay. Let me double check here that this is. I think this is 6 by 10. Okay, this is enough.
I think that's gonna be good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send this one, and cross your fingers.
Now, so this will be the sides of the box. So you're not worried about the cut yet, the custom cut to show the engraving on the bottle.
Now, this is another thing. Like, I'm gonna do this as a test, you guys, because I'm gonna do a engraving, right? And I'm also gonna cut the front part of the box.
Right.
So this is my test run to see if the curve is good and if the size is also good.
Okay.
I'm gonna sort this as well. Make it faster. See, 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Optimize. Now 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 20.
This is one of my favorite parts about designing for the laser is there really is, I mean, guys, we work the laser every single day and there's still a lot of trial and error. We don't do anything first off in a lot of cases. We try and, it's a slow iterative process where we try and make something a little bit better each time. So like when we were talking about with makeabox.io, we start with the standard settings and then we want to kind of go from there, right? We want to see if we can make it a little bit better, a little bit tighter, a little bit stronger each time. And if you saw at the start of the video, if you were with us in the beginning of the stream when Miguel couldn't pull that box apart, I mean, that says something because we know from last week how strong Miguel is since he was hammering a piece of wood inlay and he broke the whole stream.
True.
So.
Very true.
Oh, I love watching the Rayjet work. This is our favorite laser, guys. I want to understate that again. Like the whole Rayjet line, be it the R500, be it the Rayjet 50 here, maybe some other exciting things coming down the line. The Rayjet line is my absolute favorite because of exactly what you're seeing now. Miguel is basically standing next to the Rayjet. You basically can't hear it despite the fact that it's running with full ventilation. It's small enough to sit on your tabletop. I mean, we use this thing all the time for little tiny prototyping, projects and stuff like that. That's why we love it. I mean, again, we do so much in the way of prototyping and testing out different things and trial and error, that kind of stuff that realistically, this is sort of an invaluable tool, especially when the big machines, even though they're possibly a little bit quicker in some cases, the level of like quality of cutting and engraving and stuff that you're getting is exactly the same. So there's no reason not to make kind of a smaller, easier test option and then, build from there sort of thing. Is this, so this is a new material now. This is veneered wood, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The size is good as well. It's taking the whole thing. Yep. So I'm not wasting anything. And again, this is just for like to test the curve, right? Make sure that it is good. And then I'm gonna do like a design thing, like put a graphic in front of it, like cut through, engrave, and all that jazz.
This is kind of, I feel like this is sort of the traditional, I mean, when you're thinking about sort of a very classy wine or whiskey box, oftentimes I feel like wood is sort of the go-to material in a lot of cases. Here, actually, let me quickly, I'm just show you guys some of the inspiration that we had for this particular week. So you can see that. Okay. So here I've got sort of a series of, I just did a quick search for wine boxes on Etsy, but obviously you could do customized wine boxes. You could do, any number of different searches, but one of the first things we like to do when we're thinking about inspiration for these weeks, we're looking at different projects that you guys have suggested. One of our favorite things to look at is Etsy, simply because it gives us a good idea of what people might be using the laser for. What I love about this particular project is not only, in this case, we're looking at wine boxes, but again, there's so much, sort of cool customization and stuff that you can do with a box project, but also that depending on the level of customization that a customer is asking for, you have boxes on here that, $77, $90, $195, all the way down to, $28, $40, $50. So there's clearly a market for a variety of different things. And don't forget that with a laser, you can also do a custom label for the wine bottle. You can engrave directly on the bottle, as Miguel is going to show you. You could even engrave, right on the cork potentially. So, I wanted to show you guys some of the inspiration that we were coming up with. But again, don't hesitate to try this same sort of project with acrylic. Don't hesitate to try it with, different levels of customization, and don't hesitate to throw your own creativity in there, because clearly there is a really interesting, and variable market for this type of product. I think we're going to try and look at maybe an ROI type piece in a little bit here to kind of give an idea of, how you might take that kind of marketplace idea and build it into a potential business proposition. But first, I want to see this box that Miguel's got put together here.
Piece of box. It's not entire box yet. See if the curve is good. Ooh, look at this. I cannot touch it by hand, which means it's good. However,
we gotta swing the camera back around. Hold on, I can't.
See, I cannot put it together, so I have to hammer.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you here when this happens. Hold on. You ready?
Yep.
Hello, viewers. I'm gonna narrate Miguel's thoughts here while he's hammering. Boy, I can't believe I'm getting to hammer on stream again after last week. I broke the stream. Boy, I can't believe how talented Don is. He's so. Thank goodness he's here and helping me with the stream. Boy, this box really is going well. I can't believe Amy keeps showing me up on Instagram. Her projects are so good. Oh, now he's back. Hold on. This has been Miguel's thoughts.
Hey, did you mute me?
Yes.
So we have a problem. Like, the curve is good.
Okay.
Actually, I would put a little bit like looser than this. It's too tight. But like, how can I show this to you guys? You see here, the indentations are too big.
Okay.
So as you can see, there's a small gap. See? So I have to make that the correct thickness, let's say.
Okay.
So will I have time to do this? I don't know. But now I already know that the curve is working, which is the most complicated part.
Right.
I know that the size is good.
Because you're able to kind of make a comparison just with those two pieces against sort of the bottle itself.
Yeah. So the size is good. The curve is good. The only thing that I gotta do is that snip thing that I don't brace yourselves. So, all right, I'm going back to make a box. And what is the thing that I gotta change here? This the spacing around the entire box layout and padding. It's the space between sides of the boxes. They are laid out. So,
do you want to share your screen there, brother, so we can see the website? Sorry.
And I'm gonna ask you, like, what do you think is the correct one? Is either margin or padding?
Read them to me again. I can't.
Here. Actually,
let's see.
There's an easy way to know this. This is like 0.
I mean, there's such small margins of change. Like each one of those factors is 0 point something, right? So a tiny little change on both, maybe
1/8 of an inch.
Yeah, a little bit more.
1/8 of an inch, right? So
David has a great question here about burn marks on wood after it's been cut, or I assume possibly after it's engraved, but principally when it's been cut. We actually just launched a laser hacks video this week about the best way to deal with burn marks on materials. It's about using sort of masking materials. Oftentimes will give you an opportunity to protect your wood from burn marks and from, I think Gleb's gonna pull it up for me here. I think, here it is. Okay, there it is, perfect. So this particular video, after this advertisement for a product that, I mean, nobody's interested in, there we go. Who's that guy? Okay, skip past me. I'm not important. Okay, here it is. So basically, to answer your question, David, this is essentially what I recommend. You'll see just at the edge of Miguel's camera there is a roll of masking tape. We sell it in sort of a large size in order that it can more easily cover our materials. But the benefit of using masking tape, as is going to be shown here in the video, is that when you have these burn marks on the material, either from engraving or from cutting, whatever it is, the masking tape or the masking material that's on the surface is going to be able to sort of absorb those marks for you. In this case, also, we're going to be able to show kind of a cool technique here that he does in order to do. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So he's using duct tape essentially to pull off the masking material and then leave all the small inlaid pieces in his original piece there. But check out the video. This is the core sort of technique that we recommend for people if you want to avoid burn marks on any surface. Masking materials, even as simple as just masking tape or painter's tape. But we do, as I say, offer special masking material right on our website. In fact, I can show you if you like. If you pop over to our Engravables website, which is engraving-supplies.ca, you have all of our different materials available for you here, over 1,000 different materials. You'll note too, the ultimate entry-level laser, just saying. We have all of our different plastics. Here in the acrylic sheets are some of the acrylics that Miguel was using earlier. The Troglass pastels in particular here, he was using the mint color to make that first box, if you like the look of that one. But what I wanted to show you is here in the accessories, and this is a huge category for us. But if you check out the tapes, Velcro, and adhesive, scroll down, just here. There is masking tape and application tape, both of which are going to do kind of a similar thing, but the masking tape in particular is where you want to be at. We sell it in all sorts of different sizes. It is specifically designed to be large enough to cover up a typical, 24 by 12 inch quarter sheet or larger materials, whatever it might be, and it will work beautifully for glass engraving and avoiding burn marks on wood in particular.
I'm ready.
Go for it, brother. I'm sorry, I've been talking for too long.
So since I'm sure already that I actually found out what I need to do, I'm gonna go ahead and instead of cutting the wood now, I'm gonna get a design, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to Vect Easy and look for a dragon. To find a cool dragon that is free. Actually, Mortal Kombat's
Kombat.
That's kind of cool. You know what? I'm gonna use this.
This is an oxymoron because a cool dragon and just a dragon. All dragons are cool, brother.
All dragons are cool.
Lev's love. Lev does love Mortal Kombat.
All right, so
when we read this stream originally, I did not envision a whiskey box with the Mortal Kombat logo, but I'm glad that we found ourselves here, gentlemen.
So it's gotta be.
Oh no, Miguel, you've accidentally unleashed Lev's nerd side.
Really?
He's putting Mortal Kombat quotes in our chat right now.
What? I want to talk to him about that later. Okay, this is
ice chilled whiskey is Sub-Zero's favorite. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. All right, so you know what? The lettering it's gonna be falling if I do this. So I'm gonna do only the dragon. The lettering I'm gonna engrave. Okay, so this is what 1.5 inches. Yeah, 1.5 inches is it too big? It's kind of too big.
Yeah, because the width of the whole box is only what, 3 inches?
Yeah. So 1 inch. 1 inch is good.
Perfect. Of course, you guys should feel free to use whatever sort of custom design you want. We just want to show you this as an example, obviously.
Okay, so I'm gonna go here, copy, oh boy, these are those three,
Okay.
and put here. I believe it's big enough, 10 by 9, yeah, I can do that.
So tell me again about your plan here. You're planning to cut a hole in the lid of the box or at the top of the box in order that you can see an engraving on the bottle through the sort of porthole.
And like, since it's kind of hard to measure, it's not hard, but like I'm lazy. I'm gonna measure the thing before I do it. So I'm gonna cut the hole. I'm gonna put the masking tape on top of the glass, put the bottle inside the box, and then I'm gonna mark where I have to engrave and just align the laser to this thing.
That's good stuff.
It's a lazy way to do it.
Did you say lazy or laser? Because
lazy. Lazy. Okay. So this thing here. So here, let me align to. Should I align to the center? Yeah. That's cool. Okay, so showtime.
Finish it.
Yeah, finish it. Brutality.
We're so sorry, guys. Please keep watching.
Okay. Is this big enough? Yes. So I'm gonna do the vector ordering again.
Again, guys, if you're considering a Rayjet, this new Rayjet Manager software really does make using the machine that much easier and makes the machine that much more powerful. With little tricks and tips like this, I think it's going to make your projects, I mean, as somebody who gets to watch Miguel use the Rayjet every week, or at very least gets a chance to use the Rayjet every week, I really appreciate the fact that I have this new software to kind of expedite all my projects, make it that much simpler and that much more like job control, which is really what I'm used to. It's a really powerful piece of software.
Okay, it took a while, but
it's got a very complex.
Yep, 7 minutes in total, right?
Okay.
So this is gonna take a while.
That's all right.
Okay, it's enough. Yeah, size is good enough. Yep.
In the meantime, it gives you a chance to. So you want to cut that logo out, though, right? You want to cut that circle out.
Yes.
You don't need to cut the dragon on the inside.
Nope.
But we're cutting the dragon anyway.
Okay, this is good. The engraving is looking good. Let me put the camera to the Rayjet. Yeah. All right. So now I gotta prepare the other sides, right? So I'm doing 3 sides here, and I'm gonna take this out. I have both sides.
You know what? While you're quickly doing this, Miguel, maybe I'll pull up.
Please.
Feedback from. Let me see here. Each week we've been putting together a little ROI piece for you guys, and this week I wanted to show you the one that we've done here for the whiskey box. Here it is. Hope you can see that. Okay, so in addition to some of the wine boxes I was showing you earlier too, we wanted to sort of mention that specifically when it comes to laser cut wine boxes, there are quite a few of them. They're on Etsy as well. They vary again in price all over the different place. A lot of it is just contingent on the level of customization, right? So whether you're using, whether you're using a pre-existing box that you are engraving using your laser in order that you're adding sort of like a customization element, or whether you're laser cutting and making the box yourself, don't forget to sort of factor that in when you are pricing things out. I want to show you this sort of basic breakdown, though, just as something for you to consider if you were doing a similar project to what Miguel's doing right now on the laser. So the materials to make that single box that he's making, he's able to do the entire thing in one sheet of our veneered wood. So the list price on something like that is about $20. Your price would be cheaper. We've priced out sort of the opportunity time. We figure it'll probably take about 15 minutes to do a basic box. If you wanted to do something more complicated, obviously that's something that you can factor in. But again, like any design on the laser, it's also something where if you create a design and you want to reuse it, that really limits the amount of design time down the road. So it's something that you can just repeat and repeat and repeat. If you're charging about $40 an hour, sort of a very baseline for your opportunity time, your design time, that kind of thing, 15 minutes is going to put you at about $10. So for the whole box, you're looking at about a $30 cost to you. As we saw when we were looking at the wine boxes, the laser cut wine boxes, the prices are kind of, all over the place. There really is a big marketplace for stuff like this. We placed the cost for our basic box with the we'll say dragon theming at about $50. So that's about $20 of profit to you per box. Again, it's completely variable based on the customization level. But with just a simple box like this, with a Rayjet, you can get a Rayjet for about $300 a month when you're leasing it. So in order to break even on that, you would have to do maybe 15 boxes in a month or 4 hours of work in the month. At $20 profit per box, that would have the Rayjet pay for itself. And so at that point, after that, everything you make is just profit for you. It's just an opportunity for you to play with the laser, to do some cool and different stuff, and to really let your creativity run crazy. If there's one thing that doing these challenges has really taught me, it's that you can stumble upon some really great stuff, even just in the midst of, doing the prototyping for other projects. So never, ever shy away from doing something that seems challenging. Obviously, Miguel and I aren't. Really try and push your creativity out there. I think you'll find that you can do some really, really cool stuff. There's a comment here from JC Productions.
Okay, so heads up to you guys before we go there. I actually missed one part of the vector when I sent the logo for Mortal Kombat. So it cut the whole thing through. So I'm going to do an extra side, right? And I believe we're going to be really close to the deadline here.
That's okay.
We're going to be, we're going to do it.
15 minutes.
We're going to do it.
You've got about 17 minutes at the outside.
We're going to do it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And luckily, once you finish, you've got some whiskey.
Okay. So, yeah, go ahead. Whatever you're talking about.
Yeah. Nikki, I wanted to mention a motorized crane or a gimbal. It is on a tripod with wheelies. Thank you, Lev.
The exact same thing.
So JC Productions, the masking, you could also start to paint inside the wood, and then just without the mask in the parts that you want to paint in, so you have a decorative piece and professionally made without you being an artist. That's very true. Yep. I think it's one of the great things too about using a laser is you can take a really complex vector or really complex design and be able to, recreate it in a way that is easily kind of repeatable with the laser without necessarily having to worry about having that sort of intrinsic artistic talent. Yes, exactly. So as Lev mentions, it's exactly what we did with the marble coasters. If you check out our YouTube channel, we have a great video where we did some coasters out of raw marble using, is that a fiber laser or a CO2 laser? I'm not really sure. I think Lev is going to be able to pull up the video for us here. CO2. Thank you, Lev. See. Thank you, Nikki. It's a pretty simple setup that we have here, but we're mostly interested in just investing to try and make sure that you guys get a good experience, to try and make sure that we're showing you guys as much information as possible. We don't need much in the way of production value. It's just important that you guys get the best out of it. So yes. Here it is exactly. So as you can see, once again, using a sort of a variation on the masking technique, we have these coasters actually up for display in our Mississauga office, but yes, so that's exactly it there. You can see it on the laser. Using the masking tape and using essentially what Miguel is describing. So using a cross section or like a grid pattern across the surface of the material in order that you can line it up perfectly, not have to worry about trying to eyeball it. And there you go. There's the spray paint. You'd be surprised how often we use spray paint as a means of, particularly with say our reverse materials and stuff like that. Look at the real shot. There's the spaceman. Always be careful when using a knife. Ask a parent or grown up to help. And there it is. Oh, I love these. These are some of my favorite designs that we have. They turned out beautifully. And a cool reminder that the laser, amongst all of the other materials that it can work with, one of the ones that we least frequently hear about, but is one of the best in terms of potential profitability, just because not many people remember, is with stone. Things like granite, marble, obviously, as you saw there, slate. I mean, if you get a chance, definitely book a demo at a local Trotec. Maybe we'll try and work with stone in a future video. I don't know if that's going to be possible with the Rayjet, but I feel like if anybody's up for the challenge, it'll be Miguel. It's something that is really, really, there's a lot of opportunity there to, to experiment and look at a section of the market of lasers that is not necessarily all that covered. The only big projects or the only big customers I can think of who use stone on a regular business with us are either architectural firms or, people making memorial stones, stuff like that. So definitely don't miss out on what might be a cool opportunity. Test some stone in your laser. Make sure to watch some of the tutorials we have online. And ooh, thank you. Oh, is Miguel gonna hammer? Hold on. There we go. Welcome back to Miguel's Thoughts. Boy, I sure hope that this box works. I'm gonna walk back over here to the laser. You're unmuted, brother.
Okay, so I was testing the curve, and now it's perfect. So I have two sides, correct? One that I'm gonna turn the trash because I cut the logo through, right?
Okay.
And I gotta make sure that both sides that I'm doing that, yeah, they're the correct sides. They have this little like indentation here in the corners. And this is the last file that I'm sending, right, to cut. And after that, we will be able to put the bottle inside of it. So
thank you, Amy. That's very kind. We've learned a lot from actually looking at the examples that you sent us on Instagram. If you guys want to be a part of the challenge, definitely test out these projects yourselves at home. Look at some of our past videos and try some of those. Post them up on Instagram. We always love to see them. They are so inspiring to us. Matt mentions that a video on stone would be fantastic. We've actually done a series of videos on stone that I think were labeled in a particular, it was either like Rock Week or I've got to ask our magic background Lev. But you can find them if you look on our Trotec webpage under the sort of applications playlist. There is a whole series of pieces done on stone, be it these coasters. We did some memorial slate. We did some slate coasters. We did a bunch of different things. Definitely don't miss out. There's a lot of good stuff there on the YouTube channel. Even some of the videos that don't have to do with me are okay. So,
okay, I put the vector ordering, and then I'm gonna send to cut. Right? And after that, we just wait.
Well, in the meantime, do you want to show us how you want to put the masking on the bottle?
Yeah, I'm gonna show that. Just let me send this to print so I don't lose any more time.
You've got 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think 15 maybe, because I still have to engrave the bottle. Okay. But apparently the whole wood part, I think it's gonna still take like close.
That's okay. As we've always said, if you can get it in the laser and working, that's all that matters. That still counts as a win in my books. It's the 1 hour design challenge, not the 1 hour Miguel finishes a product challenge.
Yeah. Okay. So now it's We have another 8 minutes of cutting. I already have like 2 pieces here. So where's the camera? Camera's on me. So I put a piece of masking tape already, but normally you have the row you put on top of the surface that you want to engrave, right? And then you weed it out a little bit. But it's very important for you to keep it straight, like without like any
like ripples or bumps or
creases, right? Ripples, whatever you call it. And
by weed it out, so you're talking about like getting rid of any of these sort of the excess material around the edges and stuff.
I mean, it looks clean, right? If you see from this angle, there's nothing on it. So this will give you a good quality. Also, keeping in your magic eraser, TM, even though like they're not sponsors. I don't really know what this is called.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, if it works, it works. And that's basically it. And I'm going to engrave in glass. And glass is a really tough surface to engrave. So I'm going to use a lot of power and go really slow. And the quality itself won't change a lot, especially because it's a solid logo, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, this is one thing too that even if we can't necessarily finish the glass engraving on the stream today, we will try and have this up on the Instagram for you guys once it's all finished up and we can put together the final piece. But I hope that you feel like we've really covered off sort of the box side, the custom box side, because the decorative part is something that we've chosen to go one particular route that I think is going to be really cool. But also, you guys should feel free, obviously, to do whatever it is that you're inspired to do. By no means do you need to do to follow us. Oftentimes, it might be best if you follow your own inspirations. Let me see here. I want to show you guys one more time, if I may. Just for those who might have missed it in the beginning of the stream. I'm going to pop back to our engravingsupplies.ca. Let me go back to the homepage here again really fast. So, as I show you every week, this is my baby, my special little website buddy. Engraving-supplies.ca is where you will find all of the 1,000 plus different materials that we can and will be working with in the future. Today, a lot of the stuff that Miguel was using, typically, we're into the acrylics, the Tro Glass pastels here. 6 different colors of the Tro Glass pastels. Definitely check them out. They are selling super, super fast, and we have them on special until the end of the month. If they do sell out, obviously, we will do our best to honor the discount down the road, but jump on them as soon as possible if you want them delivered right away. Another one of the things that Miguel is working with is our Veneered Wood. This is a classic one. This is one we use almost every week. It's one of our favorite projects. Get that moose out of there. Get that moose out of there.
Move. This is just a prototype.
This is just a prototype. You know what, you guys, we have so many neat things around here. I'm so excited to show you that little moose. You may see him in an upcoming video. You may see him in an upcoming product launch. Possibly, maybe keep your eyes peeled around the start of August. We have more new cool colors coming to our acrylics.
There's a very slim chance that I do something like that on stream. But it's very slim because this is really bothersome to actually do it.
That sounds like somebody needs to put in a suggestion.
Yeah, it's simple, but it takes a lot of effort to make it correct.
These 6 Veneered Woods here, I just wanted to quickly show these to you guys. The one that Miguel is using today is the walnut, but they are all 1/8 inch thick. They come a little 24 by 12 size, so they are perfect for processing with the masking tape, which is the last thing I'll show you. Under the accessories section here, tapes, velcros, and adhesives. You scroll on down. You've got our masking tape. Again, it comes in a lot of different sizes. This is the first one that pops up, so I'll show you this one, but there's plenty more if you keep on scrolling down, along with some other really cool stuff. But this masking tape, again, is 8 inches wide and 72 yards long. If you're working with a different size of material, we have them in all different sizes and all different aspects in order that you can cover full sheets, half sheets, quarter sheets, all that sort of stuff, and do really, really cool techniques like you saw in that laser hacks video. Man, I am plugging the heck out of it this week.
Yeah, true. Also because this thing takes a while, so I cannot show a lot of my piece. But let me tell you, it's looking good.
Dude, I'm excited. Good. Oh, one thing I should mention that I forgot to mention last week. If you guys ever do watch the VODs on YouTube, if you could do all the typical YouTube things, the sort of likes, the subscribes, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, it's always very much appreciated, man. I gotta drop it in there. You gotta do the typical YouTube things. We're streaming on Twitch now. We're officially content creators. You gotta get in there. You gotta click. What's the other thing? You gotta click the bell. You gotta click the bell. We might post too many videos to want to click the bell, honestly. We've got, now Lev is plugging his own stream. This is getting ridiculous. We have a very cool laser jam session coming up this Friday. I hope you guys will get a chance to watch it. It starts at the exact same time as the Rayjet challenge. This week we have a customer of ours from Greece that's going to be joining us. Spiros is a really, really cool guy, and he has possibly one of the coolest sort of, well, I won't spoil the surprise, but you'll be really excited to see his laser when we do the video. It's going to be something really, really special. And then next week,
I have no idea who he is.
Next week we have
information that I don't. What?
Listen, you have to watch. You have to watch. Then you have to watch on Friday.
I'm feeling left out.
It's a guarded industry secret. Also, next week we have an Acrylics webinar that is going to be happening, as you can see there, on Tuesday, July 28th. It starts at the same time as this stream, exactly 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, possibly 1 or 2 minutes later if you can't wrangle the four of us together. But we have some of our colleagues from Italy who are going to be joining us. There is some really, really exciting stuff coming up, so definitely don't miss out.
This is my Clint Eastwood water bottle.
Clint Eastwood water bottle?
Yes. I engrave his face every time I drink it. Like, I have Clint Eastwood with me.
But he's upside down.
Yeah, man. I know.
Is that so when you're holding the bottle upside down and you're drinking out of it, you can look into Clint Eastwood's eyes and see?
I mean, the next person's coming next to me, and I'm like,
yeah.
And then Clint Eastwood's like staring at them, you know?
Yeah. Are you feeling thirsty, punk?
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh man. So listen, if anybody has any questions they want to drop in the chat, this is a prime opportunity to ask us, because unfortunately, I'm afraid the only other thing we have to talk about is either ourselves, a little bit of Trotec, or to show you more Trotec related things. And quite frankly, I feel like you guys have seen a lot of cool Trotec related things. One thing I did want to quickly mention, Miguel and I always do our best to come up with sort of a unique product or something really different each week. But it is, we are always open to, yes, thank you. That's exactly what I was going to put up. Thank you, Lev. We are always open to suggestions, and we very typically visit the suggestions and the requests that you guys send us as inspiration for what we want to do in the coming weeks. So if you visit the bit.ly/laser challenge there at the bottom of the screen, you can submit your own ideas for what we should be doing as a 1-hour laser challenge, and not just for something that's going to challenge Miguel, but also, what are the products that you've thought about? I mean, JC Productions put up a really great post today in the chat here about wanting to learn how to do, trophy bases and trophies. That's exactly the sort of stuff that we want to hear about. Not only big challenges, people were asking for chandeliers and things like that. I mean, that level of stuff is definitely something we want to look at, as a big on the challenge side. But then also we're just as excited to see stuff that is, what are the products that you guys struggle with? What are the things that you would think about doing with a laser, but you're not sure, how to make them? That's sort of where the boxes came from, is making 3-dimensional objects using the laser is a tricky one. So, I'm excited to see the final product here.
All right.
With
All right.
1 minute left, Miguel.
You know what?
Did you forget to change the lid?
No. It's like, I think I'm going to be owing you guys the engraving on the bottle. I'm going to do it, but I don't think we will have enough time. All right. Hammer time.
Do it. I think your hammer's on the other desk. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Miguel's ASMR Thoughts Show. Oh boy, I hope this is the right piece that fits in here. I sure hope Lev's getting my good side. Here he comes. He's always coming in for close-ups when I'm trying to hammer. Makes it more tricky to make these boxes. This is a very technical thing, you guys, just so you know. This is not just us hammering two pieces of material together. This is very technical, very delicate. There's a lot of finesse in how we smash these two pieces of wood together. Look at that. That's so cool. Who's going to be the one to tell Miguel that he spelled combat with a K? I'm sorry. I know that's how the logo, I know that's how it is. That's awesome. Thank you guys again so much for watching. We have a lot of fun doing these streams. It really is probably one of our favorite things to do each week. Keep in mind too, I mean, when you see something like this, I mean, we're able to put this together in an hour, and you guys are very talented. I have no doubt that you will be able to put together a fantastic project that is going to show us up. And not because I don't think we're talented. I know that Miguel is incredibly too. Oh my gosh, not again. Not because, I mean, you guys know Miguel is incredibly talented, but you know, there's no worry about you guys having that 1 hour imposition. We really, you know, hope you'll take some of the previous challenge videos, some of the things you might have learned from us, the different patterns, the different here we go. The wood inlays, all that sort of stuff. Definitely don't miss out on trying to combine those with this week's challenge. I think it's really cool. Matt, how do I reference or go back and watch all your previous laser challenge videos? They are on our YouTube channel. If you visit Trotec Laser Canada on YouTube, you will be able to, I don't know what Lev's got put in YouTube here, how to create a laser cut box. Well, we just showed you, Lev. You don't even have to look that up. Can you believe that, guys? Lev hasn't even watched the video, and he's part of the video. Yes, he's showing you the playlist there, the 1 hour design challenge. If you go onto our YouTube channel, we have a whole playlist showing you all 7. It'll take you 7 hours to watch. It's like catching up on The Wire or Game of Thrones. You absolutely cannot miss it. We have a quick question here from ZZZXXX. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. Does this machine benefit for continuous industrial use? Absolutely. The Trotec is hobbyist sized, but it is industrial strength, industrial quality. So like all of our other machines, you get an industrial, super high quality, super high speed engraving. But the difference is that the Rayjet is designed to be sort of a tabletop or hobbyist size. Other than that, the level of quality, the level of engraving that you're doing with that machine is exactly the same. It's definitely something that I would encourage doing a demo on at your local Trotec. But also, I mean, if you rewatch some of our old videos, I think you'll find some really great stuff on there showing you all about the Rayjet. We even did a launch stream for the new Rayjet Manager software about 2 weeks ago. Definitely check that out. It'll let you know all about sort of the ins and outs of the software side of the Rayjet and how it compares to some of the bigger speedy machines. Matt asked about wooden hinges. Do we have a video that covers those as well? We absolutely do. So you guys are going to challenge Lev here. Can Lev pull up a video about wooden hinges on our Trotec page? We absolutely have a video about that. It is a really cool technique. Right there it is. Laser cutting wood, laser cut wood hinges. We have a few different projects that use this technique. It is something that you can add to a lot of different projects in order to add kind of a cool concept to it. I'm going to see if I can unmute Miguel. Miguel? Nope. He's got his mic turned off. That means that I'm still narrating. Basically, this technique involves cutting essentially what is sort of like an accordion shape. You can download this design as well as all the designs you see in our videos off of our website, or you can get in contact with us at YouTube at troteclaser.ca. But essentially, yeah, so you can see it here. Essentially, it's cutting, I'm trying to remember what the technical name of the hinges is called, but it involves essentially using sort of like an accordion pattern there, where when you do the cut all the way around here, you'll be able to see it allows enough sort of flexibility in the material to create sort of a hinge. So this is a technique that works with wood, obviously, as you can see here in the video, but then also it works with, yes, plastics, acrylics, any of our other materials. I mean, essentially, it's just a basic sort of hinge pattern, more or less, that you can use as as a means to sort of add some cool customization and some cool, again, creating a 3D object out of a 2D surface is a really cool thing to be able to do. Let me pull Miguel's mic back up here. Miguel, are you there?
Right. Yes. There we go. No engraving, unfortunately. I realized that like the front part of the box is too small, right? But there we go. It's
beautiful.
A BEM is a box and it doesn't fall.
Oh my gosh.
No, everything is inlaid. No glue, no nothing. Now, for the lid, I mean, I cannot open this. It take a lot of strength to take this out. But like I said, if you guys want to make a lid, you have to be creative about how you're gonna do it, right? So, be my guest, especially if you want to do this at home, like, and link us on Instagram. Please make a lid. Say hi to everybody.
You can't actually see him against the door because the red blends in, but
our very own superstar, Mike Clark. All right, so
because we were just talking about hinges, Miguel, I wonder if you could incorporate like a hinge into the box in order that you could do like a cool hinge.
Absolutely. Actually, we used to have one here, right? I believe we had one. One wine box made of hinges, don't we? Lev? Don't we have a wine box made of hinges here? No, that's not made of hinges.
This is not professional, you guys. As Lev says, we'll do a 1 hour. We'll do a 1 hour challenge for the hinges. It took him a little while to get there, but we'll definitely do it. That's so cool. Miguel has a cool custom design actually that he put together that uses the hinge technique, and I think you guys would really, really like it.
Oh yeah.
Don't spoil it, but I think it would be cool. Flawless victory.
Kind of, yes.
Kind of. I think you should be proud of this week. Again, don't forget, you guys, this is just a basic version of this project, but you can do so many cool things with just the basic knowledge that Miguel's given you here. I think it is sort of incumbent on us to try and inspire you, and then I hope you guys will have it. Please stop doing that. Oh my gosh, dude.
Doesn't fall.
When you were hammering, the camera almost came off the tripod again.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna show again I'm gonna share my screen again. I'm gonna show the box IO thing. Okay. Please. So whoever has a Rayjet and wants to do a box, you can take a picture of the settings that I'm using, right? The curve 0095, stroke, the thickness that I'm using. This is for the 3 mil, right? So we have to change the thickness if you want to use a different material.
We had a question too from David. Would you be able to share the power and the speed that you used as well?
Oh, okay. All right.
There it is. Thank you guys again so much for watching. We want to mention that. Be sure to tune in every Wednesday. We're going to be here doing another cool project. Next week, maybe we'll do something with hinges. Thank you. Really appreciate that. And again, feel free, send us suggestions, send us questions. We're here to try and help you guys.
Here's the settings. Now, again, guys, I'm very, very shortcut kind of
you call it efficient.
A lean guy, efficient. Lev likes to say that I'm lazy, but yeah, I like to.
It's Trotec lazy.
He got. It's for fun, but like this is what I use for 3 mil.
Yes.
This is my settings for any 3 millimeter material. So that is very lazy. You should have your own setting for each different material, right? For wood, for acrylic, because they will give you different results.
Yes.
Right? But I feel like this works for me most of the time. Unless I'm doing something very different, like glass. If I was going to engrave glass, I would do a new setting. All right. So if you want to take a snip, screenshot, anything, there you go. All right.
We like to troll Lev on this stream.
He has fun. Like I never see him laughing that much. Besides when he's in, yeah.
This is why we always want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I mean, we have a lot of fun in teaching you guys this stuff, and I hope more than anything that you'll continue to interact with it. Post your stuff up on Instagram, post it on Twitter. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you don't want to see. Do you like the ROI section? Do you like the mix of things we're doing? What are the techniques and the different types of products that we can show you that you'd be excited to see? Is there something really ambitious that we should push? Listen, my birthday's coming in September. We got to do something cool for my birthday. I don't know if it falls on a Wednesday. I have no clue, but we're going to do something. Maybe that day I'll run the Rayjet. It'll be
Oh, that would be a good switcheroo. I'll be the host.
I'll have the job.
I'm 10 times more Mimi than you, dude. Like
in the Trotec.
By the way, guys, this sign is huge. Like it's really big.
It's enormous. It's so big. You guys love cut this sign, and it is bigger than the sign on the outside of the building.
That doesn't look like. Yeah.
If we need to cut a new sign for the outside of the building, I know where we can find a laser to do that.
We engrave a pen for you.
Yes. It wasn't too small. It was efficient.
True. All right. I think that's it, right? That's a wrap.
So, yeah. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Don't forget, reach out to us on Twitter, reach out to us on YouTube, reach out to us on Facebook, wherever is easiest for you. We always want to hear from you. Instagram, check out the reposted images, check out all of the previous videos for hopefully some inspiration, and throw us a curveball for something that's going to be tricky to make. We are always excited to try and push this stream every single week. So we hope we'll see you next Wednesday. We will be back at the same laser time, same laser channel. Adios.
And who is the strongest? Bye.